Hey, welcome to Paige's Family Homestead. I'm Andy. We're going to make Greek Italian spaghetti and meatballs today, so join me on this one here. What I've got here is 1 pound of organic beef, and in this I've got my herbs. I've got a pinch of pepper, a pinch of garlic, a pinch of oregano, a pinch of parsley, and those flakes again, chili flakes. Pinch of them. I can never remember them. And then we've got about a 3/4 cups of breadcrumbs and 1 egg. That's all we need. And we're going to make Greek meatballs. Okay, you gotta take off Mr. Ring. Don't want that in there. Oh yeah. And Parmesan cheese. About a teaspoon of Parmesan cheese. Forgot all about that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to break the egg. And remember, don't throw that shell away. Calcium. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the breadcrumbs in. And now all my herbs. Now the best way to mix this all together, and my Parmesan cheese too. The best way to mix this is by the hand that ate New York. Okay. You know what that feels like underneath that ring? Oh, it would be so rude. And when you're doing this, you can hum a song in your head. Daisy, Daisy. Okay, but don't overpack it because you don't want it really tough. Just need it mixed well enough to make your meatballs. There we go. Okay. And then, now, just roll them into nice sized balls. That might be a little bit too big, that one. Oh yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Nice size. There we go. You don't want them really big. You can even make them smaller, but that's up to you how big you want to make them. I like big meatballs. If I had my way, that'd be a meatball. Okay, when I get this done, I'll bring you right back. Okay, there's the meatballs all done. Now I'm going to stick them in the fridge until I make the sauce. And then we'll bring them back out and we'll put them in the sauce. Be right back. Okay, the pan's hot enough, the oil is, so I'm going to put my onions in. There we go. And I'll put my garlic in. Just stir them around. Now we don't want them browned. We want them just sauteed nicely. Sauteed and translucent, you know, but not burnt. If you brown them, you're not gonna get that taste. Looking nice, and then I'll wait here for a minute. It's all going nicely, looking good. See how nice and light that is? No burns. You want it something like that, just nice and covered and heat it up. That's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. Now, add in your tomatoes. Stir them all around, get it all mixed together. Ooh, this is going to be nice. And then put your sugar on top. That's looking good. And then we throw our thyme in. Because right now I've got the time to put it in. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cover this and I'm going to let it cook for 90 minutes on low heat. Oh, I'd say 4. When you say, Paige, 4? Oh, on 3. Okay, 3. There we go. Is that all in there? Now you can use a bay leaf, but I prefer the thyme. Ooh, splash. Okay. So I'll bring you back when this is all ready, when the 90 minutes are up.
Hi, Peggy here. Andy's busy making Sunday dinner. Awesome when I don't have to make it. And I thought I'd help him out, make something to accompany it. I met a really lovely girl named Angie, and she is also a YouTube creator, and her channel is called Life and More Reloaded. Did I get that right? Life and More Reloaded. I will definitely put a little card or index or her page address in the video description. Hit that little triangle beside the video title and then boom, there's your recipes, everything. I know some of you are having a hard time finding it. So I'll give her a link. We're going to make her garlic rolls. I'm just going to change it just a wee little bit. When I saw her making this, Andy and my nephew were like, oh. So I thought, okay, we got to try it. So what she's done is she's used 1.5 teaspoons of yeast. Altogether, we're going to be using a cup of warm water, but I'm only going to put in, like her, she used half a cup. And let that bloom. So while that's blooming, oh wait, we did need to add 1/8 of a cup of sugar. We use organic sugar. I'm just going to throw that in there with it. Let that sit about 5-10 minutes. Wait till it's all nice and bloomed, and we'll be back. Okay, so we got some blooming happening, not in the spring flowers, but in the pan. So I'm going to add here 1/2 teaspoon of salt into my flour and just mix that lightly. Now going to add in half of our 2.5 cups or so and start the mixing process. The number 2 will be good. So we're just going to let that go a little bit, blend that little bit of flour in. She also put in, like, I guess they call it a pat of butter. I just put a little glob in there. Butter or lard. The other half of our flour. And the other half of our 1 cup of water. I'll be scraping that down and letting that mix. We're going to let it knead for about 10 minutes. And when that's all done and it's formed a nice ball, I'll bring you back. Okay, so here we have the dough. Look at that. So nice and elastic. Pliable. Love it. So we're just going to roll it into a ball. And then we're going to flatten it out into a rectangle. Like you're going to make, what do you call it? Cinnamon rolls. Easier said than done. You could do it with a rolling pin too, which I might cave to. I got Andy to make me a nice pan out of some thick dough, and I love it. So we're going to get this rolled out into a triangle. I've already gone ahead and made some garlic butter, and it's just like what it says. It's just a little bit of garlic powder, or to your tastes, into the butter, mixed well together. I added a bit of parsley in it. And then she coated her dough with that beautiful garlic butter. Andy's gonna be loving this. His mouth was drooling when he seen it on your video, Ange.
You know I'm right here, right?
But I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to my friends.
She's right.
And then we're just gonna roll this up. Memories of cinnamon rolls. I love this dough. Very workable. And then cut them. Once they're cut, we place them onto a sheet. I don't know, I couldn't tell if she used parchment or not, but I have good success with it, so I'm going to. And she lets these rise for 30 minutes. So shall we. I've already got my oven light on. The temperature's off. And I'm going to let these rest in there with the oven light. I'm just going to give them a light topping of the garlic butter. I was going to put cheese in them too, but
Oh,
you know what? I didn't want cheesy garlic this time. I put some on the top before we bake. We'll decide. And they're going to cook when they're done proofing for 30 minutes. They're going to cook in a, I wrote it down here. Where is it? 375 degree Fahrenheit oven for 15 minutes. Or just keep an eye. Watch for it. Everybody's ovens cook hotter, colder. So here we have it. I'm just going to throw a light towel over top of it. I also, when I use the oven light for proofing, I'll add in maybe a 4-cup glass measuring cup with kettle water in it right beside it, so that it helps keep it moist and helps it rise quicker too. See you in 30 minutes. Okay, so they've been proofing for 30 minutes in the oven. Just get rid of my measuring cup of hot water. And I'm going to preset the oven now. That's the only thing about using the oven light as a proofer. I can't preset my oven. I want it at 375. When that is preheated, I'm going to put that in and babysit it until we get to the 15-minute mark or sooner when done, and I'll bring you back when I'm taking them out of the oven. Oh, left it in for the 15 minutes that Angie over at Life and More Reloaded. 15 minutes, 375. Now I can't leave well enough alone. I never could, sorry, in anything in life. I added the little bit of cheese because Andy was like, oh.
yeah, look at that.
And then I took some of the last of my garden fresh basil and just kind of crumbled it over the top. But look at these. Like, oh. Oh my Lord, they smell so good. Angie never said how good they smell. Okay, so I'm going to let those cool and set those aside. Let Andy finish Sunday dinner with you all later.
Okay, so now, 1 second. There, feel better now. Wow, now we've got the, that's been 90 minutes. So So here's how it is. Nice. And we're going to add in the paste. Tomato paste. One small can of tomato paste. There we go. And I'll put that on a medium heat. It's about 4. And then we're going to add our meatballs to it. Okay. Okay. The meatballs in, and I'm going to add a quarter. This look a little thick with the paste in there, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. Quarter cup of water. Put that over there. That's going to be a nice sauce. Now we're going to let them cook in here, in with the sauce, the meatballs. They're raw, but they're lean, just lean meat, so. Now, and I'll stir that all up. Oh, the flavor that's going to go through those meatballs with this sauce. Ooh, yeah. And then what I'm going to do after this, I'm going to fry up my peppers that go over top of this, because I like to put them in oil. Well, actually not oil, garlic butter. I'm going to fry it from that. My wife made some buns from Angie's site, and her site was oh, what's it called again?
Life and More Reloaded.
Life and More Reloaded. Check out her channel. So this will be in there when we cook these up, and I'm just going to put the lid back on, let these cook up. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay, now I'm going to turn on the water. Hi, I've started my spaghetti right now to get that going. So I'm going to give you a little peek at this. I don't want to raise it, but I got 15 more minutes yet on that. Look at them, aren't they doing great? Woohoo! That's going to be nice. Okay, now we're going to start our veggies. So I'm going to put in, oh, I better turn it on. So I'll put my butter in there. The leftovers. Okay. Now, we've got mushrooms, but I don't wash them off. I just wipe them off, because you're just wiping the poop off, that's all. But don't use the water, it does something to it.
It's not poop.
Whatever you call it.
The dirt.
The dirt off it, yeah.
It makes the mushrooms tough when you wash them.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was something like that. There we go. So
I think your wording is more acceptable by the kids.
yeah, I know. They know what I mean. Come on, people, get up there. You gotta be with us. Stay with me here. I've been watching Sesame Street for quite a while now. I know my words. Okay, so we're gonna fry up a few of them. I like them full, mushrooms full. Don't forget to stir your spaghetti. Okay. Now, these in. Now, if you like peppers, this is perfect meal for them. I remember once I went to a restaurant and I ordered the spaghetti there, and it was a Greek. It was a Greek restaurant, and I just loved it. It was great. Oh, a few more of these, the others, in there. Okay, so I'll bring you back when these are just about translucent, because you don't want to cook them way too mushy. Okay, the meatballs are all done. They're looking mighty fine.
What do they call it in it? The Italians and they don't call it a sauce, do they?
No, they call it gravy.
Yeah.
Look at the gravy, man. Look at this. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I gotta take my time out. I'm gonna take my time. Okay. Now that's
so
meatballs,
good.
man.
Whew.
Oh, this is looking good.
That's yours. Okay.
Of course that's mine. Okay. And now, for the best part ever. There it is. Thank you.
That makes it.
That looks good, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There we go. And it's done in garlic butter. Ooh. And with Angie's homemade buns from Life and More Reloaded.
Garlic buns.
Garlic buns. With cheese. Mmm. Very good. Very good. Now the meatballs. Mmm. Beautiful. Mmm. Really good. Take a look at the inside of that meatball. You can't see it. Okay. Okay. Any comments? Leave them down below. Hit that notification bell.
Bell?
Not a bell. I don't need no bells. Give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Have a great night.